kind of back to our Tony in the Trenches. This is a good one. Again, this show is dealing with estate planning and what happens when you die. Look at this. This came from a Carol in Brandenburg, Kentucky. She says, I recently lost my spouse and am clueless as to what to do as he took care of all the investments. I see this a lot. If I had to do one thing right away, what would that one thing be, Tony? Well, I would have to say the biggest thing you would want to do is you want to get everything under one roof. Now, it's been said that, well, Tony, I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. We don't want you to do that either. But the problem is many of you have all these baskets and all these eggs and they're scattered everywhere. And then when, not if, someone passes away, you don't even know where to begin. So our philosophy is having everything under one roof. So at Tony Walker Financial, our job is to collectively keep track of that, not only through retirement, but when you pass away, so then everybody knows where everything's located. We have our proprietary game plan where we can sit down and help you, and certainly it makes more and more sense to do this as you get older. So we really believe in that one roof philosophy. Okay, kind of coming over here with our remaining time. We're about out of time. Aaron's going to give me the chop shop sign here if I don't hustle. Basically, we're talking about 4 types of property. So many people make this way too complicated. So for our purposes today, we're just trying to understand what happens to this stuff when we die. And basically, you can have assets that are held what's called solely, joint, usually with right of survivor, sometimes tenants in common, but most people put a survivorship clause on the deed or property, trust or contract, that would be a living trust, and finally, assets that pass by beneficiary. Now, a will, anytime you see the word will or a lack of will, that means probate, okay? And this is what scares everybody to death. Well, basically, you got to look at all your assets and say, okay, Tony, I'm assuming if I die, even if I don't have a will, does that mean everything goes through probate? And surprisingly, no. In fact, this surprises people. Only this asset right here is automatically going to go through your will. Let's imagine you wanted to leave all your properties to your spouse or children or whoever. Well, assuming they're on the deed in survivorship, okay, that would bypass the will, avoid probate, and go straight to your heirs. Trust or contract would go directly to the heirs or whoever the trustee is. And finally, and this is a biggie, beneficiaries. Well, this involves IRAs, 401ks, annuities, life insurance. Folks, think about that. Think how many different assets you have that would fall under beneficiaries. And many of you are going out and getting all these expensive and complicated legal documents when all in all of these assets do not go through the will. They go by beneficiary designation. So you might be sitting there saying, Tony, well, okay, so those are the types of properties. What do you all do? Well, first and foremost, we get everything organized with our proprietary software. Why do we do that? Because we want to make sure we know how the assets are titled so that you understand how these assets are going to pass, not if, but when you die. Then the idea is, through the Live Well, Die Broke philosophy, let's put that up there, Derek. So the 2 main goals of the Live Well, Die Broke philosophy are, number 1, to enjoy your money while still on earth, and number 2, and most importantly, to be sure that what is left when you die is left properly to those whom you love. And what we want to do here, we want to look at this property, and what we're trying to accomplish in our planning process is leave assets. There's 2 assets you're going to leave. They're either going to be taxable to your heirs at death, or they're going to be tax-free. So the Live Well, Die Broke philosophy is, let's spend the taxable assets while you're alive when we know what the tax rates are going to be, and as best we can, let's leave the tax-free assets to your loved ones when you die.
Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed that video. If you'd like, check out these other clips, and be sure to hit that like button and that subscribe button for more videos.